welcome. You're watching Market Meter on Money9. I'm Sakshi Batra, and on this show, we actually give you all the key updates you need to know about how the markets have traded in the first half of trading session. We also help you get all the fundamental ideas as to how the markets will be moving from here on and what should be the strategy that investors must follow. Joining us to share key insights on the markets and their movement forward from here is a special guest, Mr. Rahul Sharma from Equity 99 joins us. Rahul, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us on Money9. First up, how are you looking at these current markets? Extremely volatile day to day. We opened with a gap down. We did recover. That was a sigh of relief. But again, there's a whole lot of choppiness coming in. What is troubling the markets right now? Is it the global factors? Is it the local factors? And how soon do we see the markets actually take a direction? Because there's no clear direction that the markets are seeing.
Good afternoon, Sakshi, and it is always a pleasure to talk about markets with you. See, for the markets, first of all, I would like to advise everyone to be very cautious at the current moment, as the selling pressure is quite visible on the higher sides of the market. Although, if you'll see, just skip for the last trading session, but US and Europe and global markets were making new high, but Indian markets were witnessing profit booking, and it is mostly because of the rise in COVID-19 cases, especially in big states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. And also the Fed decision 2 days before, which came with no interest change, has brought some stability to the market. But as the bond yields have increased, the short-term money from the emerging markets like India has taken exit. And as this is the March month, Sakshi, the retail participation is more towards ELSS, tax saving schemes, adjustments, etc. Also, so as we are having euphoria of IPOs, the retail participation is much higher on that side as well. So investment of retail participation is going towards that side. Liquidity is visibly low in the market, and if you'll ask my view for short term, it will be the sell on rise strategy until the market gets stabilized completely. Market currently are looking very oversold, and Nifty has a major support near 14,400. If at all it breaks this mark and go much on the lower side with volumes, as the selling pressure is quite visible, and low conviction with the sentiments of the market is also there. So I think on the upper side, Nifty has got major resistance near 14,620. And if at all we get closing of this Friday session, if at all above these points, then 14,700 and 750 will be the levels for Nifty. And now coming to Bank Nifty, Sakshi, support for Bank Nifty is near at 33,300. If at all it breaks, it can go much on the lower side, as the banking whole sector is witnessing the pressure, and the resistance on upper side is placed at 34,200. Over to you, Sakshi.
Understood the strategy as well, but you did mention about the IPOs, and that's what I wanted you to speak to us also about, because there is this rush of IPOs and we are seeing a whole lot of interest from retail investors in this space. What would you advise the investors, and what are you advising your clients as well at this point in time? How should they really look at this entire basket of IPOs that is currently active? Is there a particular IPO that you're looking forward to, at its performance even after the listing spheres as well? So what would be your recommendation with respect to, say, Nazara Technologies, Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, and some of the likes that have just come and closed as well?
Sakshi, my first selection here is Nazara Technologies. But then again, this IPO is already so much oversubscribed, and the few lucky people will be only getting this IPO. And if at all, whomsoever gets this IPO, shares for this IPO, will be considered as a lucky person, and he will be having that lottery ticket with him. See, the Nazara Technologies, although it is closing today, but let's just go forward with this, that it is a leading game company in India, and only going to listed company in the primary market. So this particular company has got like really huge investors, the big bulls of the market like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and this has made this counter much more fancier, because this is a completely OFS. And when media asked Rakesh Jhunjhunwala sir that what is your opinion, are you selling the stake? So he said no, that he is not selling the stake, and he is not considering under OFS. So this has created more buzz about this IPO. And although this is a like debt-free company having such great potential to grow, and obviously in the global markets, companies like this are already listed, which are outperforming the market and have been in news always. So I think Nazara Technologies is a wonderful pick and should must be subscribed here, both for listing gains as well as for long-term investment. Secondly, I would go to this Suryoday. See, although this FSB sector, small financing bank sector, is was not so happy from last 2 3 years, but as we saw Equitas having giving good returns, we feel this small financing bank sector will be like really good in coming 2 years, as the government is also focusing on this particular segment. And speaking about the company of Suryoday, see, one of the key points which I have noted down is the cost to income ratio. This particular ratio, Sakshi, gives a very clear view how effectively the bank is being run. The lower the ratio, the more profitable the bank is, which is really low for Suryoday. According to the data, it shows 47% for FY20. And secondly, as the Indian economy growth it will go up, and government is also focusing on that, it is very clear that companies like this will get really good benefit. So I will recommend this Suryoday also for long-term investment firstly, and then listing gains. But I am expecting not such good listing gains with Suryoday, but really good opening. Over
Okay,
to you,
so
Sakshi.
both you're positive on both these IPOs, and that's thanks for your opinion on that as well. Let's move on to understand in the secondary market, what are the stocks you're looking at for the viewers of Money9? What would you want to recommend? Any particular sectors that you're bullish on?
See, first of all, my selection is Motilal Oswal. See, this is a very huge company, and we all know this company very well. This company is mostly dealing with the financial segment of the market, broking, lending, insurance. These are the famous product from the company. And in March quarter for financial year 2021, Sakshi, this company will be posting highest ever operating profit and net profit. This is what we are expecting right now, and all-time high prices for this particular stock was near 1600 rupees level back in 2018, and currently it is available just near to 660 levels, and these are very much comfortable valuations for now. So the people who are looking for a short-term investment gains can pick this stock with my recommendation to buy at current market price, as well as to accumulate more on declines with the target price of rupees 1000, and stop loss will be placed at rupees 600.
Okay, so very strong upside is what you actually believe on Motilal Oswal stock. 1,000 rupees is the target price that you've given. So investors looking in to garner huge returns can actually look at this stock as well in the next 6 months. Rahul really expects that, this will actually touch 1,000 kind of levels as well. Let's move on to understand, from the infrastructure space. I know, Rahul, we've spoken before in this space, you've been bullish on even before as well. So infrastructure
Right.
space, what are the kind of opportunities that one can really look at tapping even now? Of course, the theme of government really expanding the CAPEX for this year, extremely putting the outlay over there, so that is going to be an extremely important theme that the markets have been looking at. They've rewarded the infrastructure stocks also so far in the month of February and March. So going on from here also, do you expect any particular stock to really outshine in this space? Rahul, can you hear me? Okay, I think there is some audio glitch that we are facing, and we are not able to listen to Rahul on that. But Motilal Oswal, that's the stock that he has bet on so far. 672 is the stop loss. 672 is the current market price that it is working at right now. But 1,000 rupees is what he expects Motilal Oswal to actually touch. On both the IPOs, he has been quite positive. When you talk about Nazara Technologies and Suryoday Small Finance Bank, Rahul believes that both these IPOs are going to be important for investors to track, because one, Nazara Technologies is a pure play gaming company which is is one of a kind company that is going to get listed into the Indian markets. Of course, there's a whole lot of frenzy in the retail investors' minds, about this IPO. He does believe that, because of the small portion and the huge interest, there's going to be less allotment. So it is going to be a lucky affair as far as the investors are concerned. But Suryodaya Finance Bank, he does believe that for the long term, investors can definitely move on to accumulate those as well over here. So let's quickly just go on and speak to Rahul once again. We'll just try in case he can just listen to us and go ahead with the conversation. But other than that, you can quickly see the kind of recommendations that he has given to us on Money9 for this show. Likhita Infrastructure, that's the stock that he's betting on from the infrastructure space. The target price over here for the next 12 months he's given is 425 rupees per share. So that's also another strong upside that he believes in the infra space that one can really look at adding in the medium to long term perspective of 12 months as well. Now, Hudco is another stock that he has shared with us for Money9 viewers in case you're looking for any buy opportunities. Although Rahul believes that this is based on the technical analysis right now, and you can actually see that the current market price is somewhere around 45 rupees per share. But in the next 12 months, the stock is likely to hit 55 to 63 rupees per share as well. Let's quickly move on to see the primary market space and the action over there. Let me go back to Nazara Technologies and Suryodaya Small Finance Bank as well. Both of these IPOs will close today. Let's quickly see. Nazara Technologies Limited IPO has subscribed 18 times so far. Today is the last day of subscription, and Rahul also has recommended investors to go for it even though it's going to be closing today. He does believe it is going to be a difficult time looking at the accumulation of the kind of retail investors banking in on this stock. Nirmal Bang Securities and Haim Securities both have recommended a subscribe rating, and we'll just have to see how much closing does it happen on towards the close of the session as well. Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, again Rahul was positive on this IPO as well. So far, we've seen 1.3 times subscription so far, and the issue will close today. Again, there have been mixed views from the brokerage houses as well. Moving on to Easy Trip Planners, that's the listing that happened today. The shares have listed at a 13.5% premium over the issue price. So that's a strong listing that we have seen even when the day was trading weak in the early hours. So we'll just have to see whether during the day, because of the market momentum, it also gets some more increment on the listing day as well. Moving on to two more listings that are likely to happen in the next week. Now, this is exclusive news. As per Money9 sources, we've come to know Lakshmi Organic Industries will be making their stock market debut on March 25. Anupam Rasayan shares are likely to list on both the bourses, BSE and NSE, on March 24th. So keep an eye out on this one as well. On Money9, you get all the news that you need to know about the IPOs, when are they listing, all of that for the first, breaking first only on Money9, so you can get all the news over here with us. So with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Market Meter. Whole lot of action remains to be unfolded, so stay with us on Money9.